which you see it right now on the screen, and it doesn't look soft. But it's at the moment you swing your Fixe, in this case the tool for speed, it gets deeper, and sometimes it's harder to take out. So you might see that during the semis, and so it's not something to say like, oh, they don't know how to do it. That's how the ice behaves. Sometimes there are certain sections that are dry, and that breaks. So it's like a jealous, ugly girlfriend, very moody.
Right, me. I'm going to leave you to talk about I would never mention my ex-girlfriends like that. I wouldn't describe them. Now we're looking at our first.
I'm not talking about my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, of course not. Of course not, Pedro. But you've said it now. It's on there. It's there forever. So you're doomed yourself. Now we just had some shots of Selenge Nyamadu, and I mentioned her at the beginning of the broadcast because she is the one to watch at the moment. Yeah. The overall title winner for 2025 coming into this. She is competing in lead this year. Didn't do that well during qualies, but this is really her focus.
Unfortunately, I couldn't see her while doing lead because I was actually climbing. I saw her on the warm-ups and no.
Well, we've got Selenge Nyamadu on the left-hand side, number 126. 128 is Cheongsong on the on the right-hand side. The athletes will start, but let's get underway. So remember, no full starts. The athletes can go when they want. So we'll find out the true time at the top. But Selenge, you can just see pumping those legs nice and straight. That's a good run.
Yeah, you saw that how her tool got stuck, and in the case of the Korean, she just fell, and that. It's pretty much disqualification. Yeah, unless the other person falls on their second run as well.
So she is out and done, 12.732. So to explain this, Selenge now has this rather interesting situation. Doesn't really need to set a time, but can't fall off. So expect the pace to drop off, obviously, for this second run, where she just tries to secure this next place. That was the fall on the right-hand side. She was behind. It's all down to time. It's not a straight race. However, obviously, whoever's leading tends to be the fastest time. All right, well, we wait now. So Selenge has this tricky situation here.
I find these situations more pressure because it's now you're thinking, if I fall, I'm toasted.
And also, you don't want to knock yourself out of rhythm. You know, she won't be going too slowly because, she won't be able to compose herself properly out there on a wall. And this is very solid from her. And actually is likely to be a pretty good time as it ticks just past 10 seconds. Yeah, it's nice and safe, and Selenge is through. So Selenge Nyamadu moves forward into the next round. Knockout format at this stage, and we're starting with the women and moving on to the men after this. Pedro, looking at this right now, that technique, often you see sort of less experienced speed climbers perhaps moving side to side. You want to keep it straight.
Yeah, well, you lose time as when you zigzag. So there are two main techniques. That is kind of like a lizard style, and the other one is just go as you can. So
we've got sisters on stage. And 1-4-2 on the right hand side. Lorena Beck versus Liebeck on the left, and it is Liebeck who is faster. 12.6. Oh, nearly a slip there. Yeah. So 15. That slip did cost her, but she didn't fall, and that's what's important.
Yeah. So I have seen people sliding down and stopping themselves, and they're still in the game. But you can hurt your shoulder or elbow. So, and you don't want to slide with the Fixe, the tools that they're using right now. It's not a regular ice climbing tool. This is a specialized speed tool, and they're very sharp. Like 1 month ago, I was training, and
hang on, let's just wrap that up a sec, because at the moment on the second round, 1-4-2, Lorena Beck needs to make up about 3 seconds here, so she's got to go all in. She is ahead. Liebeck is slightly behind, slower, and remember, it only needs to be 3 seconds. Keep an eye on this. So that's 14. I don't think that's going to be quick enough for Lorena to move forward. But we'll wait and see. I think that should leave her outside of the time here. It was a solid run from both women, but both seemed to just rein it back on the pace a little bit there. So that was Lorena's 15 and 14 second time. You can see the ice starting to get chipped away, almost building a path for the athletes up the middle of the structure here. All right, next race coming out. Olga Kosek on the left-hand side, another favourite to potentially take a medal here tonight, and Young Park on the right-hand side. The athletes don't need to start at the same time, they just have to do it within a time period. But look at this from Olga.
Yeah. Even in the warm-ups, she was very fast, and people were cheering for her on the warm-ups. And you can see now.
I went and talked to her after the warm-up, and she said she was surprised that people were cheering because she was like, I'm not even trying at this point. And already she's increased the time. But that was a fall.
Yeah.
So Park knocked out.
She's out. So, of course, same thing as the first run. We'll see Ola taking it easier because she has a guaranteed spot as long as she doesn't fall or go over the 45 seconds.
So Olga, with a perfect start to her competition, we'll see her take off the pace a little bit, or maybe an opportunity to test the ice on the right-hand side. Well, she's by herself, and she has gone slow and steady with this one, trying to find her placement. She'll be sort of storing all of this data, all of this information for the next run.
The thing is, the ice is quite moody because the climb or the ice route that you climb is not the same one your competitor or you're going to climb the next round. So it's either easier or harder depending on how it gets picked out and how it's forming or there's so many things. As you can see, these blocks, they have like crack between them. Some people use those ones, but at the same time they're not that trustable.
All right, well, we've got Eugene Chia from Korea on the left-hand side. The crowd will be cheering her upwards. Mahin Kahili on the right-hand side. And they are underway then. And Mahin with a very good start, but a little bit of a pause there. And Eugene as well, slipping down low. So not perfect for either women yet. But look at this, picking up the pace on the left-hand side. Another little slip, this chewy, sticky ice, causing some problems. Approaching the top now, stopping it at 15. And what a comeback from Mahin as well.
That was...
Didn't start at exactly the same time, but you do get an idea of who's doing better. And yeah, Mahin really found something in the top section there.
But they will have to pick up the pace for next heat because it's 0.4.
Yeah, the times will start to speed up here. There was some chat amongst the women. I'm not going to say who it was, but there was a chat about possible sub 10 second times here out there. And maybe around about 8 seconds. So we'll have to see. So the women switch. There's nothing in it between them in terms of time now. Could be anyone's, and that's a big slip from Cha on the right-hand side. So she needs some pace now. Another slip. Mahim will know this. She needs to keep it going. Slipping from both women. Eyes darting back and forth as we follow the action. What's it going to be? It's a 13 on the left and a 15. That's not going to be enough for Eugene Cha, who will be knocked out at this stage. It was only a couple of milliseconds between them before that round, but much slower that time from Chan. That slip was where it all started.
It's, as I mentioned, sometimes you think that it's a good hold, you pull on it, it breaks, and you need to compose yourself so fast that even your fastest is not fast enough to catch up with the other competitor.
All right, Aneta Luchetska on the left-hand side got the fastest qualifying time of all the women, qualified in second place due to her first run. And let's see, got to keep it together, side to side. Aneta's been working on this, leaving Keksin behind there from Kazakhstan. It's all about Aneta right now. Look at this time. Let's watch the clock. And a 10.54. She took off a bit of pace at the top of that for sure.
She slowed down.
All right, well, Aneta is in form then. Do you remember last year? She was so sick. She had a temperature of 38 degrees and was throwing up between the speed rounds.
Yeah, it's kind of a secret among the trade. It's not everybody's healthy right now.
I have heard there's a bit of a cold going around, isn't there? Yeah.
So I'm among those ones.
Oh no, stay away from me, Pedro. Here. I'm
not cold.
Okay, all right. All right, Aneta then got a fast time, 10 seconds on the board for her. She can go faster, but obviously needs to keep it together. Meanwhile, on the left, Ksenia needs to find something massive here if she's going to upset one of the favourites. We'll wait for starters' orders. All right, underway then. Aneta, side-to-side technique. A little bit more hesitant, but look how solid those placements are on this one. Absolutely storming ahead, and that will be an easy through. 10 seconds again, consistency from Aneta.
Yeah, it's Ksenia is the only competitor from Kazakhstan this year.
Oh, well, really? So a smaller team coming through.
Yeah, last year there were 3, and she was the only one to make it this year. She's a super nice person. She's so friendly, so sweet. It's very interesting to meet the competitors at a personal level when you are there, and you see them on the streaming or on their Instagrams, and you're like, oh, they might be snobby or something. But it's so welcoming. All the community, everybody's helping each other. Of course, they're the ones that have their trade secrets, but in general, it's just help others. Doesn't matter if they climb better than you. You're here for the ambience and the big family that we are worldwide.
Yeah, it is lovely. It was brilliant seeing everyone in the hotel yesterday, people travelling all over the world to get here for the first World Cup of the season. Okay, next round. Amina, 1-1-10 is on the right-hand side of your team. Soki Lee on the left. So starters orders underway. Soki Lee decided just to wait a little bit. She can do that, has to go within 3 seconds. But it's very fast from her. That little pause perhaps allowing her competitor to get ahead so it wasn't so distracting. Amina slipping all over the place on the top half here, and it's a good time. 14 seconds on the left-hand side. Amina with all the work to do, though, with a 20-second time here.
And good thing that you mentioned the starts. Now the system is you have a 3-second delay/start because there were many false starts, and that was delaying the process of the competition. So they tell go, and you have 3 seconds to start. So you could start 1 second after the other competitor and still be the winner of that heat. So you need to understand and just pay attention to the clock at the top. That's
exactly
pretty much your goal.
Well, if you're watching on YouTube, there's a live chat going on, and we've got some of our regulars in the house starting off the season. Do send myself or Pedro any questions you might have about the circuit, and we'll try to answer them. Right, underway then, and again, Soki Lee just using that little pause at the start. That right lane, I think, getting a bit more chewed up than the left at the moment. It seems to be the slower. But it seems much faster than Anima on the left-hand side. It is going to be faster. I don't think it's going to be fast enough, though. She had a 6-second deficit coming into this. Korea cheering on their athletes.
You don't see it on the feed, but on the side, you can see all the athletes waiting their turn, and it's very windy over here. You can see the auto belays, the webbing, how it moves, and that's not the climber, it's the wind that is pushing the webbing aside. So all climbers are just with their big puffies, kind of hopping around just to stay warm. And Kara.
So Kara on the right side, your teammate. Tell us a little, and she's up against Catalina Shirley on the left. You can tell us a little bit about Kara.
Kara, she's a sweetheart. Just as an FYI, she's training with Kevin Lindlaw. And of course, she's been getting very good at lead. And this is her second year doing the circuit, but she has improved so much. Of course, ice is very hard to train, as you can see, because there are no permanent structures. So the best way to train that we have right now is a plywood wall with rungs, and you just keep training. But that doesn't replicate exactly the kicking on ice or swinging at ice.
Well, Catalina had a 14.392 with that run. Kara with a 24.771, so a bit of a deficit. Now, Catalina will be sort of just trying to save energy. She's not feeling the best. No. She won't be going all out at this stage of the competition. That will come later.
We hope so. So, Kara just needs to keep the pace, and it's her second ice climb. So, she's doing great. Like, she made it to semis, and that's a feat itself. So, of course, I will talk to her and cheer her up, because we all put ourselves down when we don't win.
Absolutely.
But she's doing great, and she's if we put it in big numbers, she's the fastest female ice climber.
Wow. In Canada.
In Canada.
There we go. Well, Kat Shirley walks away with another 14. 2 consistent runs from her. She's safely through as we watch Team Canada just climbing through the last section of this wall. Certainly a learning experience for her. And did you say she made semis tomorrow as well?
No.
Okay, so
no
out of the comp at
I
this
would
stage.
love her to make semis.
Yeah, we are going to Canada for the last stop of the season at the end of February, back to Edmonton. That wonderful location.
We'll welcome you there.
I'm looking forward to it. I love the location down by the river, so
yeah,
it's great.
very neat.
Unless it's moved. Is it moved?
No, hasn't moved yet. So yeah, it's going to be there, same place as last year, and probably more interesting things to do around.
So Jin-Young Kim versus her teammate Hee-Jun Kim on the left-hand side. It's an interesting style here as well from Jin-Young on the right. Sort of small steps, trying to sort of, although it's small steps, she's trying to keep the pace
rhythm,
the same. Yeah, the rhythm, exactly. 15.537 on the left-hand side. And it's going to be slow on the right, 21.637, another 6-second deficit, which is going to be another difficult one to overcome for her here.
The thing is, when you have that deficit, you just feel so much pressure. And like, you need to be faster, at least by 6, so you want to go for 7 at least. So it's so much pressure that that's when you make mistakes of just going fast and breaking the ice or losing your balance.
But I suppose if I was playing devil's advocate, I could say that there's nothing to lose at this stage, you know, and that might produce some pretty spectacular results. So let's see if she can pull it back here. She needs it to be very, very fast, though. 6 seconds, remember, this deficit between them. So Hee-Jun Kim fast at the moment, a little bit of a slide here, and it's going to be faster on the left-hand side from Jin-Young Kim, but will it be fast enough? I don't think so, unless something drastic happens at the top. No, safely through there. Slow time, 17 seconds, but didn't need it to be that fast.
And you saw at the end that she missed the pad. On the qualifiers, we had a male climber that missed the pad and started coming down. The problem is that he exceeded his time, or was considered a fall.
Yeah, because he let go of the wall, so he couldn't re-hit it.
So that's why you need to make sure. There's a Polish speed climber. I don't know if he qualified, but he double taps it.
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Well, that was the end, and yes, that was the first round finished for the women. So if I've got things right, that means we will reset towards the men's side of the competition here, as we look to try to find our finalists here. And we've got some big names coming through. A lot of the Spanish team taking place, Korea, of course, and Mongolia, who are always absolutely on fire out there on the speed wall. So, the men already on stage. Look at this for organisation. So the men will reset, the women will have a little bit of a break, and we start again on this knockout format.
Okay. Both are very fast climbers. Like, I'm surprised that they put them together.
Yeah, Mosen on the left-hand side, and Kamba on the right-hand side. And look at this, all right, suddenly the speed increase in our stadium. Mosen is going to absolutely crush that one, though. Yeah. I mean, look, he's one of the favourites. Iran, very, very strong at this discipline.
They're very strong. Him and Reza are super strong on speed. I always tell Reza every time I see him, like, when I grow old, I want to be like you.
Look at that, nice and smooth, the man putting on a show here. And the label on his hat, by the way, is because under the official rules you have to have 3 letters written, so some of the athletes choosing to put it on their helmet purely because of the gear they've been given. So they swap sides. Mosen taking a long step back there. I think he was just checking out sort of that middle section of the wall, trying to find out the holds. That's the timing pad at the bottom. 1 foot on the pad, of course, and the time will start when he leaves that. We have got a full... Oh, there we go. Goes to yellow now. So they both start on 1 and powering themselves upwards here. It's much better for the Mongolian athlete this time, and is it going to be enough to go through? Well, we'll have to wait and see, because...
That's very tight.
Yeah, very, very tight indeed there. I'm trying to bring up the results on my screen. It's going to be very tight, yes. It hasn't quite been updated yet. 8.64. Can someone do some maths? Fast maths, anyone on that one? I'm not even trying. I'm looking at my wonderful colleagues on the right-hand side who have many things to do, and now he's doing maths as well. Thank you very much. All right, well, the men celebrate with each other as we turn our attention to the next few through.
Jorge and Dennis.
Jorge on the left-hand side from Spain, and Dennis, of course, one of the legends of the circuit, and he's underway using his homemade hand protectors on that axe, and this is good from Dennis here. very fast time. Using his length, stops the clock, and that is fast.
That was fast.
8.3. So that, I mean, basically neck and neck at this stage.
Well, of course, because I speak Spanish, I talk with the Spanish team all the time. And in the qualifiers, I was just before Jorge. I'm sorry, the qualifiers, and I was doing better times than him. And of course, I lose my rhythm when I had to qualify. I'm happy for him, and he's a very good climber overall.
Well, there's nothing in it between these two, so it's going to come down to absolute milliseconds here as they both power upwards. Dennis stops it at 7, Jorge 8. I think that means Jorge is going to be out of this stage, and Dennis celebrating there. He knows it needed to be fast, and it was.
It looks like lane A is faster right now. People are struggling on lane B. So I don't know if you could choose the lane to start, but
would you want to set a fast time first, or would you want that sort of as a backup, just in case?
I will go first.
Go first, okay.
That way you have that leeway to make mistakes.
So Manyuk from Korea, 107 on the right-hand side. Jin Park on the left-hand side here. The two competitors against each other, and Yang decides to go very, very quickly right in the starter's orders. Park waited a couple of seconds, but it's fast from both. Oh no, as I say, that big slip at the top, and that cost him at least a second there in terms of trying to reset. 8.437 versus a 7.577 on the faster lane as well, so there is chance for a comeback here.
The end looks easy, but you want to put your Fife just on the top of the ice so it bites properly and you can swing your tool to the pad. Otherwise, at the moment you pull, you might pull your tool out of the ice and you lose everything.
Well, Yang has a chance here. We said the left-hand lane running faster. He's got to find about a second over Park, though, and Park looking very, very good. He just needs to keep it flowy through the bottom half of this route.
If you look at his tools, those are the new Kuronogi titanium Fifes. Fancy tools.
I've heard a few people. I've seen some Instagram pictures of those things.
I have.
They're very, very nice.
They're beautiful.
So, Park deciding to wait Yang straight off the blocks. He needs to gain a second, remember. He stops the clock at an 8, and it's 7 on the right-hand side, which means Park will move forward from that round there.
Did you see what I just mentioned? That he tried to hit the pad from before getting to the end, and that's why he missed it and had to readjust. Like in the repetition, in the replay, we can see that.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah, he was curving that body backwards away from the wall. There it is. That was the mistake. And you never know, but I think even without that, he wouldn't have quite been fast enough. Not under a second anyway, difference. And that is Park with a bit of a relief there, I think, for getting it done. Okay, Kelin Nyamadu on the right-hand side from Mongolia, and Otinginbawa on the right. Sorry, left is Nyamadu, right is Otinginbawa.
Yeah, the Mongolians, I follow them on Instagram, and they've been training since November on ice.
This is the thing, they have ice, don't they? And if you're in a country that doesn't have ice, you have to claim on plywood, and it's not the same, so it's definitely an advantage if you can find it. Right, Nyamadu, very fast on the right-hand side. That side-to-side method working well from, but then a pause, and look at the left, hang on a sec, 7.8, where did that come from? Those final few steps.
Yeah.
Wow, very, very fast here, but he wasn't fast down low. He tried to be almost too fast there. 0.2, wow. Yeah, there, look at that. Sudden rapid acceleration on the left-hand side. Let's see if we can see this again. There, yes, it was just like scuttling away at the top there. And nice and smooth on the right from Nyamadu. Right, the athletes will swap over. Darkness has fallen on our stadium here. The wall picked out by the spotlights, creating some drama here. And the wind does seem to have died down. Oh, no, it hasn't. I'm looking at some flags. The wind is blowing strongly. Tricky conditions.
Yeah, well, if the wind was blowing from below, it will be easier.
That's very true. 7.61 versus 7.85. Work to do here. And that's not what Nyamadu would have wanted from that Akinbaya is storming away. Oh, he's not. What a slip and a fall, a full fall. Well, that just shows Nyamadu had to keep pressing there.
Yeah.
He was definitely behind and out, but his teammate fell, allowing him to move forward into the next position. What drama here.
That's the beauty of speed. Like, you could be the fastest, but if you fall, that's it. And so everything is up to strategy. Do I want to go as slowish and solid, or do I want to go fast and expect that I don't fall?
Right, well, your hero, Mr. Reza, is out. The man you want to be when you grow up on the left-hand side.
Yeah. And David Buffard from Quebec.
Oh, good. It's your favourite versus your teammate, and is your favourite going to take it? That's a 6.
I like them both. Both are good people. Like, I always tell David Buffard that he's like a coq de pirate, heart of pirate. Last season he had a mustache and a goatee, and he looked like a pirate.
Well, if you're watching on Instagram, Instagram, on YouTube, keep your comments coming. We've got some regulars. Jan is in the house. We've got a cat supporter. Who else have we got here? We've got Martin as well. Go Dennis. So let us know who you're rooting for. Hammer the heart button as well while you're there. Just let us know that you are here and watching. Right, David Buffard has work to do on the left-hand side. A big rip of the Fife on the right hand there. Look at this from Reza, though. Absolute control as he hits the top. 8.061. Not quite as good as that first run, but we know the right lane is running slower.
Rez is a very good overall climber. I didn't check the results yet for semifinals, but he qualified on lead, and most of the time he qualifies on speed. So he's a very strong climber. Somebody to keep watching in the future. We'll see how things go for the ice climbing scene.
All right, so the athletes are waiting here. Two teammates up against each other. Minchol Kim, 27, is on the left-hand side. Cheongsong Lim on the right-hand side. Big start there from Lim on the right. Look at this, but look at the comeback from Kim as well. He had a slow bottom. Actually, he had a fast top, though. 7.283 versus a 7.635. I think the top of that wall is really bedding in nicely for some fast times to come later on. And Kim is ahead at the moment.
And an add-on, because you have seen a lot of Koreans competing, in the circuit, the host nation is allowed to have a quota of 9 athletes per category, when it's regularly 6. So you can have a lot of your own teammates. If they're not doing both disciplines, you can have 9 different people doing ice and 9 different people doing lead. Wow. So the contingent this year is 25 people.
Okay. So Lim has some work to do here. Kim just needs to keep it consistent, and he is keeping it very consistent. That right lane starting to run faster, and that is a fast time on the right. 7.52, the 7.69. I think that means that he will move forward. Let's see this again, the replay. Bit of skittery feet action going on here. But a big launch there to finish things off. That's the right lane, starting to run a little bit faster here, Pedro, I think.
Well, it's what I mentioned. It starts getting picked out. You have better holes, better footholds. So if you have that rhythm, it helps you a lot. Okay,
so Andreas versus Otkungahu from Mongolia on the left-hand side of your screen. Ooh, a big slip there. Andreas was behind, though. Keep an eye on the clock. It's going to be fairly fast from both. Just over 10 seconds from Andreas on the right-hand side. Kankaku on the left had this sort of weird start. He was looking good, had the double slip right in the middle there, then picked up the pace again. That will have cost him probably 2 seconds there, so he has potential to run around about 7 seconds.
And well, people don't know this when you're watching the live stream, but when that breaks, it's very dangerous because the Fifi goes straight onto your thigh.
Yeah, stabbing yourself does happen. Just
more than often.
more than often, yeah. Athlete scars are over their legs. Look at that, though. From Otangagaku on the right-hand side. That was super speedy from him, setting a blistering 7.454. He will move forward. Andreas Gantner knocked out, and a big slip there. Almost hit himself in the face with that left Fife.
Yeah, I don't know if you, or viewers have noticed that a lot of people climb with knee pads or other type of leg protection, because it's quite, you hit your knees on the ice all the time and you end up super bruised. And in my case, I use some climbing knee pads for rock climbing to protect my thighs, because I have stabbed my thigh as well training. So it's not something you can see right now with Florian. The knee pads he has that cover from mid-thigh all the way down to the ankle.
Yeah, that's
and those are very sweet.
That's a good bit of engineering, that, isn't it? Really well protected from him, and he needs to be fast here. So here is Lim on the right-hand side. Florian Gantner on the left storms away with it. Look at that, smashing the pad, 7.516. I was worried he was about to miss it then with that big wild move on the right. That is below the time needed for sure here. He's in some trouble.
I was talking with Florian about his knee pads, and he said that he loves those ones. I have looked for something similar, because those are motocross knee pads. So for me, my worry is my thigh. So it depends on. Some people use volleyball knee pads just for the kneecaps, but I prefer to protect most of my body.
All right, well, last round of the first round for the men before we swap to the women and the next heat. Florian Gantner had a very quick time. He doesn't need to go that fast here. He'd like to test the ice out. It's still going to be fast from him, 7.382. Acceleration at the top from him. Lim, though, will be knocked out with that. So 14.66 left him with too much work to do on the first run. And a 10.943 isn't going to do it. So Florian will move forward. We'll now go back to the women's side of things, as we narrow down our search to the next round here. A little bit of a reset. The women will be brought back, and they are on stage now. I can see them.
Well,
now,
wait, I don't know if our viewers saw that there's the staff or the volunteers cleaning the ice right now. So there are many, they do a great work. And if you notice, when the competitor starts, they put the shovel just on top of the pad. This is to avoid falling ice to tamper with the pad and the timing, which you don't want to have that, especially on finals, because then there's a lot of confusion and upsetness. And also they clear all the chunks of ice, because the competition boots only have crampons on the front. These are specialized speed crampons that look more like, for our climbing friends, they look more like alpine crampons, just the front part. And you don't have anything at the heel. So if you step on ice, you're just going for a flight. And imagine having your fifis and your crampons, and you just slid. And if you land on one fifi, that's going in. So right now they're just cleaning for the finals. No.
The next round will be the quarterfinals, right? Yeah, quarterfinals
yeah.
Next up.
So, yeah, and of course they use speed out double A's, which it's an amazing thing. Like, I love them. I have also competed with people belaying, and it becomes quite stressful because some of the climbers are so fast that the belayer cannot pick up the slack, and you see that they're above there's a big loop below them. It's like, oh, if they fall, that's going to end up bad.
All right,
okay, we're ready.
Here we go. Yeah, next round for the women. Slench Nyamadu, 126, Lee Beck. As we try to find our small finalists and finalists here. Slenge a little bit slow, a little bit hesitant down low. Now she's picked up some pace. Lee Beck is sort of that. She slipped. I was about to say slow might mean safe, but no for Lee Beck. She rips a tool and is knocked out. And for the second time, Slenge Nyamadu will run by herself out there.
Well, now will be the waiting game, because when the tools stay up, they need to go up and take them down. So it's not like on lead that most of the time the tool just falls down because of the angles. This one is on a pocket, so they need to pull it up and then let it drop down.
Well, there is Liebeck having a little word there with Rob Adey. I'm not quite sure what the problem is. I thought they might run again, but apparently not. So, I see, that's the problem.
There you go.
We got a Fifi stuck in the ice. Very deep.
There you go.
That is some good fishing. That fishing rod just appeared like magic from the top of the water.
There's a photographer up there, if I'm not mistaken.
You know those machines where you sort of like a claw grabbing machine? Yeah. It's like one of them. You win a Fifi.
Well, it's not that how you get a climber to go up fast? Just pick your favorite climber and bring it up. Yeah, that hook came out of... there's a photographer up there. So it's quite common that there's somebody with a hook around.
So Solange Namadou will run by herself for the second run in a row here. Just needs to finish without falling off. So I'd expect her to be a little bit slower here. Liebeck will be waiting. Any slip. Oh, Solange loses both feet there. I've got my fingers crossed right now. I swear this is the most terrifying part of the ice comp is this round. Oh, nearly slipped to the top as well. Well, it's 11.59. And just to point out, the reason the athletes sometimes reclimb and tap it, even though they have stopped it, it's very difficult to see it over that lip. So they might have thought they hadn't. Obviously, want to make
you
sure.
have it just above your head. For spectators, it's very easy to tell the time. But when you're climbing, you finish just below it. So, and of course, you have your helmet that doesn't allow you to see above it. Oh, and it seems that it's snowing now, or that's the American team?
I think it is snow. So, yeah, a little bit. It was forecasted later on. And the snow is coming quite heavily now, in fact, into the stadium. So, the snow falls, adding a little bit of a winter wonderland feel to proceedings here. Olga Kosek, 129 on the left-hand side. Mahin Kali on the right-hand side. You'd expect Olga to take this on paper. And Olga, with this technique that she uses, she's not always like, it doesn't look that quick, but it's this sort of slow, steady drive to the timing pad that does tend to work for her, but it's a bit slow from Olga, 13 compared to her 13.31. Oh, wow. So suddenly, that was very close. And Olga did look disappointed as she came down there. Mahin with a chance.
Of course, this didn't go online. When we were warming up, Olga was doing around 10 seconds, and people were cheering for her. And she's like, I don't understand why they're cheering for me. Like, because it was fast. So it's when you see it in live and you see the height of the ice wall, you're like, oh, yeah, that's fast.
All right, well, Olga hasn't had it all her own way yet. Needs to find a bit of pace here. Mahin might cause a bit of an upset, but that's an early slip, double slip for her. Olga keeping it very safe and consistent here. She nears the top. That should be enough. As the time ticks through for Mahin, she will be knocked out. Olga will move forward. All right, well, Olga, nicely done from her there as she makes it into the next round. As we watch a replay of that run from Olga Kosek, head thrown back in release. You know she left that a little bit late. All right, Aneta Luchetska on the left-hand side. Sokhi Lee on the right. Good start from both women here. Aneta using a little bit of a wider stance, now picking up some pace. Keep an eye on the time. She was 7 seconds before. It's slower this time with a 10.550, but Sokhi Lee is some way behind here, 15. Maybe the conditions, Pedro, starting to play something in this.
Maybe the ice is getting harder and less sticky. That could be. I will have to be there to assess it. But it's also people start becoming more comfortable on their moves. And as you climb, you gauge the distance between the different holes that are already made. So it's easier to develop that muscle memory. And if you've been practicing the sport, it's very easy to adapt.
Okay, well, Aneta is on the right now. Sokhi Lee on the left-hand side. All right, let's see if Annetta can move forward. She should just set a 10-second time and it will be enough here, but she's looking to be fast. Look at this from Annetta. Soki Lee faster on the left. Annetta stops the pad with an 11. More than enough for her. She moves forward as the time ticks through. Soki Lee will be out of the comp at this stage, barring appeals, of course. And I have been told there is an appeal going through for the men's. We're not sure exactly what that's about, but if we hear any more information, we will keep you updated. YouTube, how you doing? Jan saying, talking about the mysterious hook that appeared. Yep, that was a mysterious hook earlier on to pluck that Fifi from the ice. That was the run from Annetta, wearing her trademark pink bobble on the back of her helmet. She progresses, moves forward. And final run now. Kat Shirley up against Haejun Kim. And I know there's a lot of Kat supporters out there on YouTube, so let's send your support over. Both athletes choosing to pause a little bit before going. Kat Shirley, big slip on the left. Kim is looking very good though. The slip's not holding her back too much, but it's starting to build, isn't it? Kat back and forth. What a race this is. Athletes all over the place. 13 seconds on the left, 16 seconds on the right-hand side. Not the cleanest of runs there, Pedro.
But these are the runs that I enjoy so much, in the sense of full of emotions in such a short time, because one sleeps and you're like, oh, the other one is going to make it, and the other one sleeps. They're like, oh, now they're tired, and then they sleep again. Like, oh, something needs to happen. But I'm happy for Kat. She's been training hard, and she was second place overall last year on speed.
And she won it here last year as well for the women. So the lights on. Kat has a little pause before going. Took a deep breath. Kat nice and smooth through the middle, approaching the top half. Kim still skating all over the place here with those legs. Not the most efficient, and Kat should take this pretty easily with an 11 compared to a 16. Those times will be added up. Fastest time moves forward, and that will be Kat Shirley.
So it's some people were not aware of the country code on their uniforms.
I mentioned that before, don't worry. It's cool. Yeah, that's why it's on the helmets, or on the sleeves sometimes as well. That was Kat smacking the top there of the timing pad. And down she comes. Okay, well that is it for the women. We turn our attention to the men, and we'll have to see if there is a bit of a delay here. But just while you're waiting, a little fun fact for you. I've just been told that Dennis was born on the exact... Jorge was born on the same date as Dennis did his first World Cup 20 years ago.
Wow.
How crazy is that? What a coincidence, eh?
Well, it's like I was telling Jorge, like, you guys could be my grandkids. It's like, how old are you? Old enough. Let's put it that way.
Pedro, how do you see your season going? Are you going to carry on competing next year? Is this kind of you for the foreseeable?
I want to keep going. It's more like a stubbornness thing. And so, a background of me. I used to compete on rock climbing. My first ice climbing competition was in 2007 in Canmore Ice Festival. Doesn't exist anymore. But then I lose the passion for competing. Then 3 years ago or something like that. Which year is this one?
26 now.
Okay, 4 years ago. I went through cancer. So I had cancer, and after all that I decided to conquer, not my fears, but get back into climbing, into competitive climbing. So I started competing in Festiglass, which is a very old and renowned event. And then I got the opportunity to join the team. And I've been doing that for 3 years now. And my goal is to keep going and give back to the sport. To not only become a better climber, but to help others to love the sport the way I do it. Like every time I'm taking a break, I'm talking with anybody from any country and giving them tips, and you should try this. And I was talking with the Americans, and they were just struggling with the speed. I'm like, just enjoy it. Do this. Don't fall. That's your first priority. Less than 45 seconds. And think of your movement. Do it this way. Like, move your hips this way. And yet they did. One did better than me. I was like, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, no, don't worry. It's like, I'm glad that you learned and you did better than me, like just for 1 second. But it's and then this sport brings so much joy to my life, and it's my happy place. So until my body says that I cannot continue, but I heard that there's a climber who's 56 or 57 right now.
Ice climber?
Competitor,
okay.
almost half a century. So actually, I'm celebrating my birthday in Edmonton.
Well, happy birthday to you in Edmonton. We'll be sure to get you some cake and maybe a few beers along the way. Well, this delay is a technical incident. We had some shots of Rob and some other judges down at the front trying to work something out here. I'm not entirely sure, but they're in a huddle down on the front here. So the huddle implies a decision will be made about something. I'm not quite sure what it was exactly. He's pointing at his right arm there is Rob. I love this point because I don't necessarily have the information. I'm just going to make it up. Maybe it was a logo, perhaps?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's a uniform issue. It's very interesting because technical incidents in speed and appeals don't usually go through. He keeps pointing at that right arm.
Injury?
It can't be. It's an appeal. It's got to be some kind of an incident. And clearly...
Because you cannot claim, like on lead, you can claim if the hold breaks, you can claim a technical. So this technical incident being called, we don't know what it is at the moment, but we know it is an appeal. But it means there will be a delay in proceedings. Now, this could go a number of ways. They might rerun a race, but there's a microphone. Pedro, I see a microphone. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's always interesting when this happens. That way you learn more about the sport and all the legalities about it. So...
yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We don't get updated on exactly what the issues are here, so thank you for your patience if you are watching at home. But I tell you what, use this opportunity if you are on YouTube. Drop us a message. Say hello to Pedro. In fact, Pedro, you've got one from Tornado Girl 14 who says, yeah, Pedro, you've got to keep going. There you go.
I don't know her.
There you go. Well, she's a fan. She's a fan, Pedro.
I know Zoe. Who else do I know that is there? I don't know.
Okay, well, the lists, and we wait here, and I've just got an update, so let's see if it is an update. No, we haven't got an update yet. So we are just waiting here to see the judges typing in some scores. And this is tough for the athletes, of course, because they're waiting in the cold here on the left-hand side of the stage. No jumping around going on. They're just sort of waiting. There is officials from the UIAA down at the front. Well, let me tell you what's going on over the next couple of days then. This morning was qualifying for the speed and lead competitions. We saw semi-finalists and finalists, and tomorrow will be the semi-final and final, but some kind of a decision has been made. And the officials, rather nervously, it looks like, approach the athletes on the left-hand side. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a rerun? We're going to have one race rerun. Not sure yet. But there's certainly a lot of action. And the fact they've gone out there implies to me they might be going to get the competitor who's been knocked out.
Well, I don't know if you remember in Longmont and in Edmonton that conditions changed, and that was called a technical, and everything had to be reset, and it was.
But that was a very drastic technical because an athlete put their ice axe through the cooling system, which caused that problem. Now let's listen because the announcer is about to announce something, or not. The music was dropped. The music comes back on. Yeah. All right, well, the discussion continues.
Party time.
It is party. This techno has been relentless all day.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to dance or to just go away.
Well, at the beginning of the day, I was quite dancey. Yeah. At this point, I'm not sure I am dancing. Now, there's a yellow card. It's something to do with a uniform, I think. Oh, really? Because he's got a yellow card. Mosen. Who is it?
It's Mosen.
Now, there are things that can happen in terms of what an athlete is allowed to display on their uniform as well. I didn't catch a look at his right arm, I'll be honest, so I didn't see it. But you aren't allowed any symbols, you're not allowed to make any statements, so I don't know if it was something like that he put on.
Yeesh, I don't know.
But it's both the Iranian athletes.
Both?
Well, they're both cooled down. They're both at the front having a discussion there.
No, but I forgot her name. It's just the male athletes.
Yeah, I mean the two male athletes, though, they're both in this huddle of judges and organisers.
Also the German, also German competitors there.
Well, thank you for bearing with us if you are watching at home. This delay hopefully will get sorted out, and the second we have some information, I will pass it on to you. There's
specific sanction about people who is coming with no conflict.
Have a specific no, I don't think. Okay. Yeah. All right. Decision is made. Okay, we need to start the final. So
No, we need to find out.
if we find that the
And here is your money.
part in the regulation after the
Go sit down.
Here it is your money.
I need to go.
I need to.
So I don't mind if you.
Decision is made. Reza, go sit down. You need to leave.
just you can check in the regulation.
Okay, well, let me explain a bit of what happened there. It's an appeal process that went through. The money is being given back because of the appeal. It looked like he wasn't accepting the money because obviously he doesn't like that decision. I kept quiet then because we had a microphone down on the stage. I'd like to hear what's going on. It's definitely a uniform infraction of some kind. Exactly what it is, I'm not sure about. Obviously, there is a conflict between the athletes and the officials. I'll let you know when I know, but I presume that means he's out.
Looks like, but it's, I know, not being there is very hard to guess because there could be so many things.
Exactly, and we are obviously sitting in the commentary box watching the shots you're seeing, trying to guess what is going on, but we can definitely say it was a technical incident. An appeal was very true. It was against one of the Iranian athletes, but now we are about to get underway. So once I'm updated, I'll let you know, but let's turn our attention back to the competition itself here, because of course we're going for gold medals right now. So let's see what happens. Okay, well, we wait now. The list is posted onto the wall by the officials, and that probably means an adjustment in the reorder here. So the men are getting themselves prepared. There is the reorder on the screen, which isn't the most useful shot to show, in all honesty. But it is there. We can't quite see that or know what difference that makes, but the reorder has been posted up, and I think we're close to getting underway here. Certainly the men have taken jackets off, so that's a good sign. Jumping up and down, so we're a couple of minutes away from getting underway here for the second round of the men's comp, and our athletes stride out. Right, so Dennis, is it Dennis? Yes, it is Dennis. Dennis comes on the right-hand side of... Oh, it's not Dennis. Okay. I apologise. I thought that was Dennis. It is Dennis, isn't it? We've got slightly wrong graphics on that one, so we've got Dennis up first on the right-hand side. He's up against Manikandim Chilimbata. So, apologies about the graphics. We might have a bit of an issue with that because I think there has been an order tweak, and in fact, the athletes lead the stage, so that's interesting. Not entirely sure what is going on here, to be honest with you guys, but thank you for bearing with us here. I think it's... I've no idea. We have no idea what's going on, but Dennis has left the stage, jackets are back on, and I think this is an... Okay, I'm going to presume again. I presume that someone has been taken out or added in. The computer system isn't quite up to speed, and they've called the wrong athletes out to compete. Presumably they'll have a moment where they rejig the order, reprint everything, and then we'll get going again. Obviously, in terms of our live stream to you, this is going to be a little bit challenging for us because we're not sure either. So do bear with us, and apologies about this delay. So we're trying to find out for you guys what's going on. I'm not going to overly fill this section here because it's back and forth. So I tell you what, bear with us here a little bit. Put us on in the background. Go get yourselves a cup of tea, and I will let you know what is happening when I find out what is happening myself. But yeah, we will wait and see, and I will come back to you as soon as possible with some info. Okay, so I've got a little bit of information for you. So, Julian Bata has been disqualified during not having the correct IOC country code on his uniform. That implies to me that he did have a country code, but it was the wrong one, which is a bit of a strange one.
I have no idea what.
So the athletes, and this was brought up in the technical meeting at the beginning of the competition, all of the athletes have to have written their athlete country code somewhere on them. As part of the rules, they were aware of it, and that has been breached in some way. So that is what they're doing. And the reason there's a second delay, I think, is because the computer systems have had a little bit of a moment and are trying to catch up with themselves. So the team is working on trying to improve the technical situation, but Julian Bata is disqualified at the moment. So we'll get back to you very soon once the competition restarts.
Tell your friends at home we are streaming live on the official UIAA YouTube channel. Subscribe and join the global ice flying community. 이제 곧 경기를 재개하려고 합니다, 여러분. 무대 앞으로 모여서 함께 응원해 주시고 또 경기.
Okay, everyone, time to get underway again. I think the order has been sorted out. Now, we know it's Dennis on the right-hand side, but I think he has a different competitor now. So, 140.
That's Mosen.
Which is Mosen. Oh, so 149, that is. Apologies. So, yeah, we are correct. No, we're not quite correct.
No.
So, the graphics are off on our side, but we'll keep you going because it's Dennis on the right-hand side from the Netherlands. All right, well, after that delay, the athlete's smashing up the wall right now. And Dennis was a little bit slow off those starting blocks. He's now picked it up again. And let's have a look at that on the right-hand side. Yeah, apologies about this, guys. This is quite challenging for us too. So it is Mosen. Yeah, so we're back now. So Mosen is on the right-hand side, number 149. Dennis on the left, 102. And Dennis did set a pretty slowish time there. Needs to find something in this second run. And Mosen, though, looking super, super quick here on the right as he starts to power upwards. A body length away. He stops the clock at 6.81. That's one of the fastest times.
The fastest.
Yeah. So new PB on this wall this year. And just to let people know, world records don't exist in speed climbing because obviously a world record has got to be a consistent variable, and ice changes far too much to do that. But we do know that 6 seconds is a really good time.
It's very fast. So it's if you're breathing, you're going too slow.
Do you hold your breath when you run?
Sometimes it's annoying because when I finish, I'm just exhausted. I'm like, I start getting dizzy when I'm coming down. It's like, oh, I won't be able to do the second lap.
All right, Junkyu Park, number 37 on the left-hand side. Otungimbaya on the right-hand side from Mongolia. And Park just talking to someone there, not quite sure who it was an official. Hopefully we don't have another delay here. No, it looks like they're getting ready. Okay, so second round of the second round here for the men. Okay, so very fast. Otungimbaya is fast again at the top section. Look at this. Listen to the screaming. Park slips. He gets cheered on, but an 8.348. This is a 9.341. If Park hadn't had that slip, that would have been pretty good. So we've got some questions coming through. What temperatures is it in Korea? I'm not exactly sure. It's in the minuses, especially as the night comes through. It was forecasted to be around about minus 20 at one point. Luckily, that improved a little bit, so the athletes aren't freezing. But it is cold and the wind is blowing. Challenging conditions, although that snow has gone away now. Junkyu Park. I think that was his shoes. No, it's not. That's Okunbaya's shoes here. A zoom up close on our starting pad, which has been protected by what looks like a scarf. Why not? So, a little bit of a pause from Park. Well, look at the speed from Park. He's got a big deficit to try to pull back here. But a huge slip and he's gone. Yeah. Oh, the Korean crowd. You can hear the disappointment, Pedro.
Yeah. He was going so strong and so well. So it is very sad, especially when you're about to come back and suddenly everything goes. And we see the Mongolian athlete just celebrating upside down. I don't know if you saw that movie Spider-Man, the first one.
Yes, I think so.
Coming upside down. Just.
Oh, I see. The kiss, you mean?
Yeah, the kiss
the kiss, yes. So luckily not recreated on our screens. Okay, next round here. Reza on the left-hand side. Kim on the right-hand side. Minchol Kim on the right-hand side. So Reza Safdarian and Minchol Kim. So Korea had disappointment just now. They've got another chance here. Reza had a big slip, starting to power up though. Kim waited a couple of seconds before going, and it's 7 seconds from Kim. That was very fast. 7.649 on the right-hand lane, 7.811 on the left.
Reza will have to speed up in the next one.
He will, won't he? He did have this big slip. We'll see it again. Let's watch it.
I don't know
was
if
the
he
slip.
hit himself. He slipped.
Yeah, might have done. Often when athletes stab themselves, the adrenaline is so high, they sometimes don't realise until they hit the ground.
Last time I injured myself, I thought...
Oh, sorry, did you see that? So he hit it with the pad. I think he got the Fife stuck, palmed the timing pad. You rarely see that one. Doesn't matter, hit it with whatever you can. Go feet first if you want. I'd like to see that. So Reza has work to do here on the right. And again, that little pause from Kim, and that's disastrous. Rips the first hold. And he immediately complains, but he rips straight out of that left-hand side. I think he's saying it's a starting pad issue. Now, that is an interesting one because, you know, we want the starting pad to be consistent. The camera just zooms up away at the last possible moment. But the fact he immediately pointed at that pad, I think he's going to imply, look, hang on a sec, that wasn't my fault, there was ice under the pad. But it's very difficult, obviously, for any judge to make that decision because it's also easy to push it backwards a bit. But
well, and if there's no video and nobody was paying attention to that at that very moment.
Good point, Pedro, yeah. We did miss it on the camera, so I don't know. That's a very good point. So if it is appealed, I'm not quite sure how they're going to look at that one, but they've left the stage anyway. I've seen incidents happen like this in the... well, I nearly said the old name, world climbing competitions where the start pad has slipped and it has just moved forward because it's one of those things. So I'm expecting that to be a very similar thing here. Controversy, hey, in our first World Cup of the year. Not the
There needs
smoothest
to
of
be
runs.
drama.
Yeah, drama. We like a bit of drama. We've got to spice things up just after Christmas. Kick everyone out of the Christmas slump.
There's nothing more interesting than Mexican soap opera with all the drama.
Well, YouTube is enjoying it as well. Thank you for sending your comments, guys, and thank you for letting us know you're watching. Always appreciated. And yeah, so it's the last race is going to be rerun. So we will have a rerun of that race for all the graphics because of their starting pad incident here. So obviously the judges had a look at it and decided that his obvious dismay at that slip will go. I wonder if they'll rerun the whole thing or just that one race, though. No idea. We'll wait and see. There's Team Korea. New jackets this year. Black instead of the white we saw last year. Which means there are white jackets floating around, Pedro, and I want one. I want one.
Me too. They're like walking sleeping bags. Look so toasty. But it's interesting to see them in those colors. And say hello to them.
Team Korea on the big screen. Okay, well that rerun will happen later on. Florian Gantner on the right, number 5. Look at how you slips at the very top. 7.96. He could have knocked a second off that. And did Florian go for the double there? Yeah, he did.
It's just what I was mentioning. That if you don't have a good positioning of your Fife before you hit the pad, you can slip down, and that's it. All the advantage he had, gone.
Gone, yeah. Well, that was the slip. He was so close. Maybe launched a little bit too early there. Oh, I tell you, it wasn't a double tap. He slipped twice.
But he hit it and slipped. So,
but
because you don't see the timer.
Yeah, because it was on green, wasn't it?
That
Yeah.
he was still going.
So, Florian switches on the left-hand side. Looking back on the right-hand side here. The ice starting to deteriorate here a little bit, I think. We're seeing way more slips than we did before. And a 9. This has been such a dramatic round for the men. 14 there from Florian Gantner. I have absolutely no idea he'll move through. We'll find out in the next round.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see it and when you don't do the speed ice climb. And it looks like they're floating. Even though they're not. You have your arms in constant tension, and that helps you to propel yourself up while your feet are pushing you up. So it looks like they're floating, and the rope, or in this case the webbing of the auto belay, is pulling them out, but it's not that way. It just gives the impression of floating because of the smoothness of the climb.
Okay, good to know. And it turns from one of those effortless things into a real slugfest if you don't start floating.
If it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Exactly. 2-minute delay then while we wait to rerun that race. There is certain times the officials have to take in order to restart the race. And that's why the athletes will be given this time. So about 2 minutes on the clock before we rerun that. Technical incident with the starting pad. Not sure exactly what it was. Because to me, if it slipped, I mean, obviously you want to avoid ice underneath it, and that's probably what happened. But I was kind of surprised they made that decision so quickly on that one.
I don't know. I didn't see the feet at the start. But if something like that happens, you don't want to lose your advantage.
Now we're looking at a bit of a... That's Korea there, celebrating with each other. The stadium will be packed here tomorrow evening for the finals. There's always a little bit of a show. There's musicians, there's fireworks.
It was packed today at midday when we were doing lead, and there was the opening. It was quite busy. There was no many places to sit. Oh, the Polish, Aneta, and Kat. And Spain.
Hello, everyone. Yep, you are on screen. Nice to see you. Okay, so Reza Safdarian on the right-hand side, Minchol Kim on the left. So I think they are just rerunning that one race because Kim was on the left when the slip happened. So it's just that one. Okay, so Reza powering through on the right-hand side. I don't think it's going to matter for Kim. I can't exactly remember what the deficit was, but I think Reza's done enough there.
No, he kimmed it faster than Reza.
Okay, so that might have cost him there then.
Yeah.
Oh no, he went very fast, 6.884. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. It's always hard with this offset. It sometimes gets me. I forget that it's not a straight race. So that should be it for the men's round. After a little bit of time there. So we should move onto the women's side of things now. And of course, this is the stage where it's not knockout anymore. We are deciding medals at this point. So the loser of the next series of races will move into the small finals race. The winner will move into the big finals. So there is always a chance for another medal here. But obviously, from the athletes, you want to be in that big final.
Yeah, this one is, unfortunately, I haven't been there, but it's always, you want to be faster than the other one, regardless. But even if you lose, you can still get a medal or a fourth place if you're really bad.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sort of consolation prize, isn't it? Well, the snow falling more heavily here as it rustles around our stadium. The women have made their way to the stage, so we're close to getting underway. And of course, they will be they're reintroduced, aren't they? So we get to celebrate with them again in a couple of seconds. Team Korea under deep discussions here, I would imagine, about that timing pad, exactly what happened. Perhaps watching some videos back here. If you're just joining us, we are nearing the end of our first competition of the UIAA ice climbing season for 2026. The women look cold out there. It is freezing for them, and of course they've been standing around a little bit more than they would have wanted as well.
The wind is brutal right now. And here it's a valley, so all the wind comes one way, very strong. And, well, if viewers can see the flags on top of the structure just flapping all over. During the lead competition, some pieces of advertising flew away, so they had to stop the lead on that route to put the flags back in. So, now there's a dance.
There is a dance. Right, our MC is on stage and we'll introduce the final four women there. And what a final four this is. All of them winning World Cups before. Olga Kosek on the left, Kat Shirley in the middle, Aneta Luchetska on the also middle, but middle right. There's Selenge Nyamadu on the right-hand side. The only true specialist is Selenge here. All of these women, well, all of them now compete in lead, but Selenge is definitely more of a speed climber than a lead climber as she starts to develop those skills. The techno tunes are still playing. I feel like someone's just rustled around in their garage and found a CD from the 90s or something.
Probably. Looks
stuck it.
Sounds like that. When I was waiting my turn to compete. It's like the music is like reminds me of my good old days in university, and that was almost 30 years ago.
I chatted to Aneta, by the way, about those. You know, she's got those yellow shin pads on.
Oh.
I said, are they new? Are you using something different? She was like, no, I tried to bring them to every event last year, but I kept losing them. So this is the first time she's got all her kit, which is very classic Aneta.
And she hasn't lost any yet.
Not yet, don't say that. There was a passport incident last year. Many things can happen.
Sometimes I'm thinking of buying one of those kids' parachutes.
Right.
Because people don't see this the streaming. But we've come with a lot of gear. And it's not just what you see on competition. We have tools to fix our tools. Files, crampons, boots, extra clothing, and so on, so on. So the athlete area is a war zone. Like there's tools, clothes, everything, everywhere, all the time. So you need to be careful not to step on something sharp or to step on somebody. Because some athletes are so tired that they just lay down and take a nap.
Right. Now, I'm not sure why we've got another delay here. I did see judges running around at the bottom. I presume it's still the starting order for the men, because the men haven't been called on to be introduced yet. It's certainly a little bit tough for the women here who are waiting in the cold, as the men have gone back, getting a bit warm. There's Selenge looking focused.
Well, I think they want to have more drama to the season.
Maybe. I quite like to see some races, to be honest, at this stage. So apologies, guys, if you're watching. Not quite sure what the incident is here. I do think it's start list issue because they're all trying to print some stuff out here. Well, apologies about this. We will come back to you when there's some more action to call. We'll just wait for now. Right, hopefully now we can get underway. Jackets are starting to come off on the stage here. Yamadou takes hers off, so she's getting ready to climb. Although she doesn't appear to have a competitor currently, which is strange. Oh no, Olga is getting ready, I think. Yeah, so it should be, according to mine, it should be Kat versus Aneta, and then Selenge versus Olga. So here we go. Olga enters the arena, as does Selenge Yamadou here. And there are our two sets of athletes getting ready to run here. So here we go. Remember, winner of this will move forward to the main final. 2 runs for the women. Fastest combined time will get either a silver or a gold. Big moment here. Both leaving the pad round about the same time, so it's almost a straight race here. Olga with the first mistake though. Selenge now puts one in, a bit of an issue, and another slip for her. This is going to be costing her time. Can she pull it back? It's an 11, which is pretty slow there of that left lane.
So Ola could come back very easy if she makes even half a second faster than Selenge.
Yeah,
that would be her pass to finals for gold.
Yeah, that was the second slip. No, first slip. Yeah, second slip for her. She's got the top, but both athletes getting in the 11 seconds. 11.42 for Olga. So, second round here. Almost exactly neck and neck. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, Selenge with more mistakes. That's not what she needed. Now Olga makes one of her own. What's going to happen at the top? It's going to be a 10, slightly quicker, but Selenge with that will be out of the big final. She will have a chance to go for the bronze medal, of course, but Olga nodding to herself. She knows she's guaranteed silver here, and what a lovely position for her to be in.
That was very nice. And same, the strategy. Selenge was trying to guarantee her pass, and she was making mistakes by going fast, and Ola just found her rhythm and just kept the rhythm.
Well, good work from Olga. She celebrated. She knew it was enough. Right, final race for the women before the finals. Kat Shirley on the right-hand side, and Aneta Luchetska on the left-hand side here. Aneta super focused. She's been hovering in this position for a while here. Right, they're underway. Oh, big slip from Aneta down low. Kat Shirley has her own slip, though. Back and forth. Aneta starts to pick up the pace, as does Kat Shirley on the right-hand side. Could be anyone's here at a 9.929. Not too bad. The conditions definitely have changed out there. I think that softness, the stickiness we were talking about, gone with the cold.
But what is happening is now it's shattering.
So this is why we're seeing these slips. But saying that, that was good composure for both women on the top section there. You know, real trust in the ice.
I always get super stressed when they start going down with 1-2 slits and they bring it very close to their body. Because like, I know what could happen.
Yeah, absolutely terrifying, isn't it? All right, well, there is Aneta. She's got those new Krokonogi tools you were talking about. Nice and shiny in the light. Right, Aneta's off the starting pads first. Kat Shirley falls and slips. Annetta will know. She will have seen it out of corner of her eye. She cannot fall. If she falls, we're going to restart. If not, she's going to get a silver or a gold. Last bit, and that is into the big finals for her. So guaranteed silver and gold for Annetta. Kat Shirley looking disappointed as she leaves the stage. Not what she would have wanted, of course. Let's have a look at this slip then. There it is. Just nothing you can do. Ice shattering on her.
So when it's humid, the ice is more flexible than when it's cold. So it's hard to understand if you don't ice climb, but different properties, different advantages. So if you are light, it's easier when it's hard. When you're heavy, you want more purchase on your tool.
Okay, well, we zoom in on the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup sign right in the middle of our wall, and we will now turn our attention to the men. So the male athletes have been called to the stage. They will be introduced, and hopefully we'll get things a little bit snappier this time. I didn't like seeing those athletes wait in the cold. Get a move on, judges. A lot of people on our YouTube chat saying congratulations to Annetta. A lot of Annetta fans out there, I think. And there are our 3 athletes. We need one more.
Reza, I think.
Where is Reza? Where is Reza? Well, clearly you can see the problem right now, which is there are only 3 athletes instead of the 4. No idea what's going on. Well, they go to the side of the stage, obviously missing an athlete here at the moment. I'm not sure if that athlete has decided not to compete, if he's just not here, whether they've lost him.
So Mosen is coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, so we now have 4 athletes, which is progress. I do wonder if that was a... I have no idea what that was about. Okay, well, we have 4 athletes. We have our 4 potential gold medalists here on the stage. And now there is another little debate going down on the front. So I tell you what, we will go away again, and we will let you know. And look, Reza's leaving the stage.
No, that's Mosen.
Oh, it's Mosen, sorry. Yeah. Mosen leaving the stage.
He
now
just
back.
want to talk to the German climber.
Well, the snow continues to fall here in South Korea. Temperatures plummeting as the darkness set in. It was nice and sunny during the day, but now the snow is really falling quite heavily out there. Commander is asking me on YouTube whether it's always this chaotic. No, not usually, Commander. There's some incidences along the way, but this is a big one. So there is another appeal gone through, and it will all be about these letters on the arm. So another technical incident, another appeal, which means, and of course, if an appeal is put in, they have to investigate it, they have to look at it. So we will go away again, have a little pause. There's no point us just talking and trying to presume again. We will say the wrong thing, so we'll let you know when we get an update.
الان دوباره چی قضیه؟
گفتن که یارو خطش که بود یارو میزنه خط دور کن یارو خودش فشارش رو دور کنه
یکی من فکر محمد حسین کار کرد
نه محمد رفت سنسور رو زد زودتر از اون سنسور اون کمتر نشون
اون من گفتم دیگه بعد من گفتم اون تابلوش محمد حسین نبود گفتم چی شد پس
نگاه کن داره میگه تو فشار بده تو در
اصلا ببین
I just want to just update on some things here, because it looks like we were thinking it might have been another incident about the uniform, but the way Rob was moving there made it look like it was something to do with the timing pad, and he's talking to Park as well, so I think the appeal to rerun that race might be the thing that's being looked at here, which is interesting. The decision was made very, very quickly to rerun that race, so I do wonder whether that's obviously been appealed.
His axe comes off, and it's as if it was a fall. It is as a fall.
the fall okay no yes the decision is made
If he comes back, it's a fall.
We can see video.
huh? Yeah. You can see the video in the live stream on the
You can
live
see
stream
in the live stream.
but we have checked the video already
많이 봤는데 이게 먼저가 아니라 이게 먼저래요. 그래서 이게 파이널 디시전이라는 리얼 파이널 디시전.
우리 요즘 가격 보고 싶다.
yeah we need to progress
We need a video. Yeah.
no you don't need the video you can watch the live stream
You can see the live stream.
어필 안 되죠.
the final decision is made
파이널 디시전.
Start of the competition is slightly delayed. It will be shortly, so please bear with us.
ولی خیلی ناراحت شدم واقعا چون توانایی اینو داشتم که اون خدا رو ببرم یعنی تایمو بود اولمون عین هم
경기 시작이 지연되고 있는데요. 여러분 조금만 기다려주시면 잠시 후에 바로 다시 만나뵙겠습니다.
دیگه تمومه داشتم وای میکنم داشتم خودم برم آره دیگه اون
All right, everyone, we are seconds away from getting underway. I've been sent the message. The organisers on stage clearing out that snow that has been falling during this technical incident. I'm not entirely sure what was worked out with that, but it was some kind of an appeal against Park. Okay, so our athletes coming through. So, Mosin, 149 is on the left-hand side of your screen. Okunbaya on the right-hand side from Mongolia. Mongolia versus Iran in this. Where are we, Pedro? What's even going on? This is the small final race, right? Yeah, no, the one before the small final race, right? Yeah. This is to get into the small final race. There we go. YouTube, if you're listening, pay attention now. We are underway. The snow falling and the athletes climbing now. Mosin on the left starts to power through. Okunbaya though, and a big slip from Mosin. He's out. He goes. Okunbaya will take the victory, move forward into the big final, unless there is another slip. And you can see how slippy it is out there. I know they're ice climbers, but as you said earlier, there's no crampons on the back of those boots. It's just rubber on wood. Not very nice.
Yeah, it's to just go for a ride. And what I was telling you, look how the ice is shadowing now.
Yeah, oh wow, yes.
So it's not the tool. Well, he's looking at the tool to see if it was something with it, but it's the conditions have changed. So the climb we all climb early, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
it's totally different right now.
All right, well, he's got a victory lap here, and he will take it very slow, as he should. Stamps his way up that wall with authority. Just needs to not fall off. One of those rather unique rules we have here at the UIAA, this one. But yeah, he runs by himself, nearly fell off the top. 16 seconds, it doesn't matter. He's through into the big final.
That would have made it very interesting if he had fallen.
Yeah, it would have been, if he had fallen off, yeah, it would have all been reset again, wouldn't it? Well, we're seeing a replay of it, but he was stamping his way. I really love that. It just shows you how slippy that ice is. The fact that he's, being very deliberate, still sliding around.
Yeah, when the ice is that hard, you need to hit it, not just place or slide. And we can see now that Reza is in and Florian.
And there's another delay potentially here. They're looking rather annoyed.
Especially with the temperatures, you get annoyed very fast.
Yes. Well, there is the gaggle of judges down at the front, having another little look here.
Something about the time or something? They just keep looking up.
Right, underway. We are underway. Wow, that was a huge delay there with the 1, 2, 3. That was really strange to see. But Florian Gantner on the right-hand side, sliding all over the place. Reza hits the top with the green. 7.38 for him versus a 8.509 on the right-hand side.
Yeah, Reza is taking advantage that he was allowed to get into the finals.
Yeah, Reza doing well. He will move into the gold medal race. Okay, they flip over. Oh, he's not ready yet. Sorry, I was a race ahead of myself. Okay, so this is down to it, and the left lane's still running a little bit faster, so I'm not sure if Florian can pull this back. Reza, though, might make a mistake. Let's see what happens. And it is fast from Reza, but it's also fast from Florian until that pause. Will it be enough? I don't know if it is. I don't think so.
Well, for Florian, no.
No.
Reza will pass to the gold finals, and that will be so interesting to see both very strong speed ice climbers head to head.
It is indeed. Look at this, powering their way through that section here. All right, well, we have our first finalists. Second race to come for the men. So the women have been called to the stage, which means we're about to get ready here. For the final race for the women. And the snow heavily falling now, coating the ground. Shouldn't make too much of a difference to the athletes themselves because the wall is set back a little bit into the structure. It is fairly sheltered for them. Obviously, it has slightly affected our audience members, most who have sensibly departed. But the atmosphere is still buzzing here in the stadium and back home with you guys watching as well. Thank you so much for sticking with us during this broadcast. The women now have been kept nice and warm. They now come onto the stage and it is their time for the final two races here. So our first two, the small final up now. Slenge Nyamadu is up against Kat Shirley there. This is for the bronze medal. Cat fans, start shouting at your screens. Big moment here. 2 races away from a potential medal. And Pedro, obviously this is a race you just don't want to lose, do you?
No, because you accumulate points during the season and you want to be crowned champion of the season. So that's why the better position you have throughout the season, the better chances you have to be the champion.
Oh, Solange nearly had another fall there. It cost her in the last round. Now she picks up speed. Can she hunt down Kat Shirley, who is motoring? Kat nearly loses it. 1 Fifi away from the end of her competition, and she knows how close that would have been. 11 seconds for Kat, 13 for Nyamadu. So behind, but not out yet.
Yeah, it's becoming such a nerve-wracking moment to see because they're slipping, ice is breaking, so you don't know what's going to happen, and you expect them, because they're the top of the pack, to perform, but you see how the ice is behaving. So compare, I don't know if the people remember the when we were doing semis, that it was faster, it was more secure, all the placement of the ice.
Last race then, can Nyamadu find something in this final race? She's got about 2 seconds in it. She is giving it all. Kat as well needs to be careful here. They're back and forth, slips all over the place. Nyamadu is close though. Oh, it's an 11 versus an 11, which means Kat Shirley, with my maths, should take the bronze medal position there. Nyamadu was disappointed. She couldn't quite claw back the time deficit. It wasn't the cleanest run, but up against it with these conditions and the brittle ice. Let's see it again. That was a double slip from Kat. Just such a gutsy climb from Kat to pull that one back. Ultimate respect for her there. What is going on now? Okay, we're good. Right, so Olga on the left-hand side is up against Aneta on the right. This is for the gold medal. Snow falling more and more heavily as the evening progresses here. Straight underway for both of them. Aneta looks fast at the moment, but that's a big slip from Aneta. She can't panic at this stage. Olga keeps going. Aneta just about holds on with that right-hand Fifi, but she will be a long way behind. 12 compared to a 9. Double slips costing Aneta dear, and maybe Olga's method of that, you know, that slightly slower method is the way to go. Yeah. Aneta put it all on the line. I mean, she would have been faster, but the slips got her. There was the slip. There was a big one. Oh, she was lucky to save it, though. And those legs were driving away trying to find the extra seconds. It was a heck of a save from her, but Olga super consistent, just motoring through that run. Brilliant climbing from her. Well, it's all on the table now. Aneta will go flying off the blocks. Olga will try just to set a good time here. She knows she's ahead at this stage, doesn't want to slip, but obviously you don't want Aneta to go too far. Little bit of a slip on the left. Olga coming back at her now. Is it going to be enough? I don't think it is for Aneta. If Olga can keep this going, it's a 10 compared to a 10. That means that Aneta will take the silver. Olga will take gold. That first run from Olga meant everything to her. Good stuff from her as the athletes return to the deck. Very, very close, but that first round is what it was all about. Aneta fighting her way upwards there. Got the Fife stuck, but Olga, look at that. She's like a Terminator.
Yeah.
You know?
Look, she knows where she's going.
Yeah, she's coming for you. She'll get you. Great run from Olga.
As a side note, you don't see it now because the wind took away all the red tape that is on the sides. In some venues, you are allowed to hook on the sides, but here in Cheongsong, you are not allowed to hook on the sides. So the ice deteriorates faster when you just go on a straight line. When you're hooking on the sides, you don't damage the ice as much as just going straight forward.
Good point, Pedro. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're correct. If you go to Sasfei, when you join us there in the next World Cup, you will see that side hooking, unless they've changed the rules.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So I don't know why you have some venues that allow that and others don't, but it is what it is, and you work with what you have.
Exactly that, sir. Okay, so small final time it should be, and we do have two athletes. Okay, good. So, everyone ready?
The music always like...
Okay. Music is still going. Okay, so Mosen, 149, is on the left-hand side of your screen. Florian on the right-hand side, number 5. First run of this small final. So they are underway. Who's going to be the first to stick their head up and set a good time here? It's going to be Mosen with a 7.2, and on the right-hand side, it's a miss. He nearly lost that one, but he's in huge trouble. That bronze medal might have just slipped away from Florian with that one. Made a mistake at the very, very top. Looks like he got a Fife stuck between the cracks.
Yeah. Well, and also the second time he hit the webbing of the UIAA.
Let's have a look at the top on the right. Yeah, that was the stick. It was. Oh, yeah, you're right. It was bringing the right hand up, I think. Yeah, so he hit it on the way through, and it looked like the left was stuck, but actually that wasn't the problem, was it? It was that right-hand Fife.
So the UIAAs are behind the climber. They're not in front. So that's to avoid you hitting the ice while you're coming down.
All right, well, it's fast from Florian. It needs to be because he's got a big deficit to claw back. Mosen slows down the pace, but he will take that bronze medal. Iran with their first medal of 2026. All right, big final and our final race here this evening before we get confirmation of the results for you. Florian disappointed there. It was so close. All right, let's have a look at this race one more time from the replay here. And there we go, stopping the clock. And the snow. I'm trying to think of the word for when it's snowing a lot. We call it like, I don't know, there's many words for it. I just don't remember. Well, the snow is falling heavily anyway.
If you come to Canada, we have so many terms for so many snow events. There's like, this is kind of like strong flurries. Something like that.
All right. Okunbaya on the left-hand side from Mongolia. Safdarian on the right-hand side. On our first of our last races here. Both men locked in. We're underway then. Reza takes a pause before going. He has a bit of a slip. Okunbaya is fast though. Oh, but look at the comeback from Reza. 7.3, he's faster. This is a 7.94. What a comeback from him.
This, I'm happy for him, but it's always, you need to focus on your last race. Like, each race counts, and he cannot sleep on his achievement of the first race. So if he keeps it pretty much the same momentum as his competitor, he most likely will win gold. If he makes a mistake and the other competitor doesn't, then he might not win.
All right, all comes down to this then, the final race of tonight's entertainment. Okunbaya is underway quickly. Safdarian now picked up the pace, and it is going to be Reza who takes the gold medal here tonight. 7.48, finishing things off in some style for him. Kumbaya not today, sir. He goes down, but still with that silver medal. Wow, well, what a drama-filled first final of 2026. And congratulations to all the athletes who had to battle through the tricky conditions and those delays in proceedings. A wonderful show from you, and thank you, as always, for training so hard and doing what you do. We will, of course, be returning tomorrow for the semi-final for Leeds. 16 athletes will be going for the final, which will take place tomorrow evening. The giant lead walls that you can see surrounding our speed wall will be in action and in play. So hopefully you can join us there for that. And Pedro, thank you so much, sir, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I look forward to, well, you're going to be at all the rounds? Where are you coming to next?
I don't have enough money or enough vacations to do everything. So I'll be in Edmonton for sure.
Well, Pedro, I hope to see you as soon as possible in Edmonton. You need to show me around. I want to see all the good bars, sir.
Sure. I don't live in Edmonton. I live south.
Calgary is close enough.
Calgary. Yeah, whenever you want, come visit in Calgary.
Thank you very
don't
much.
know where we live, but some of the other athletes know where we live.
Cheers, Pedro. Thank you. All right, guys, we will return tomorrow for the semi-finals and finals. Thank you to the UIAA and all the athletes, and we will see you soon for more ice climbing action.
Tirana was the last stronghold of the Moorish Empire. Due to its rocky landscape, it created this impenetrable fortress and took hundreds of years for the Christian invasion, which happened in the 12th century. Tirana is a village known for its resistance. Whether it be the Moorish Empire, the Christian invasion, the walls and the climbing, and the village is still here today. Its resistance against time is undefeatable. However, in addition to coming to Tirana to learn about history, people now come here to do something different too.
Got a little